Hello, World Typology welcomes you. July 8, 2020. Innate depression as a new phenomenon. Innate depression is something that is closely connected with human thinking. In our test and in our materials we mention that some people have typical or atypical type of thinking. Such differences are usually innate and they can influence human behavior. But what does that actually mean? Typical in typology means that the identity of a person has an easy connection with their category. People who have typical ITT, they usually do not suffer from innate depression and they don't have emotional changes of mood, because their category is typical or classic for their type of thinking. The main plus here is that such people have clear life views. Also, they have good memory and personality without contradictions in thinking and way of life. These people like comfort and to live in comfort conditions because their thoughts are clear in relaxed atmosphere. Therefore, people with typical ITT, they don't have depression. But what about atypical? Atypical means that the ITT of a person has an artificial connection with the category that is unusual for their type. These people always try to stay in that image, and it resembles a habit from a childhood. It doesn't mean that these people are sick, good, or bad, but usually they are full of personal contradictions. These contradictions are regarding their way of life and personal values. Atypical people may feel constant mood changes, bad memory, they suffer from obesity, but the main minus is that they have a constant lifetime innate depression because of atypical category. For example, people who have atypical ITT and who are patriots. These people say that they are simple and they live a simple life and they don't need huge salaries. They work hard and give everything to their motherland. It looks like they are not picky at first sight. But if you look closer, you will notice that sometimes they change their mind and want to live a rich life. They may spend all their money on expensive car, house, expensive food, expensive art objects, expensive clothes, and they like to change these clothes very often. They should live a simple patriotic life, but at the same time they want to live a wealthy life. What does that mean? Atypical people have contradictions inside of their thinking because of atypical category. That influences their thoughts all the time. These people feel that contradictions, but they mistakenly think that all people around feel the same. When they are staying at home, their classical type of thinking reminds of oneself. But in order to inhibit these feelings, atypical try to go outdoors or do something new. These constant changes may lead to hidden depression. This is because these people don't want to hear the voice of their classical type. This innate depression also may lead to obesity, because people who have depression can eat a lot without a norm. Some of these people can be also alcohol addicted, smoke too much, or use drugs. As for the behavior, they have almost the same behavior no matter if they are patriots or not. These people like to talk about money. They spend a lot of money and they try to find a lot of money. It may seem that they don't have any values except money. Very often they like to brag to others and show their wealth or advance or advantage in something. In order to get more money and grow socially, Some of these people may close their eyes on moral rules, which is usually considered to be their weaknesses. These people are flexible and may not adhere to the same opinion. Therefore, all atypical people think about themselves and their own benefit more than others. Atypical people usually have a superficial judgment and humor. Their humor is also simple and superficial. This is not an insult, but a fact that is visible to people of typical type. Atypical mistakenly sick occur from depression when they buy something new or expensive all the time. Trying to find something new, some of these people can react normally to those people who have same-sex marriage or relationship or even like to spread this idea. Of course, we all know that this is considered normal nowadays, but some of atypical people believe that such relationships are innate need of some people, and this is due to their constant changing mood. All atypical people like these words. You need to get out of your comfort zone. Thank you for listening.